أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم يا أيها الذين آمنوا خذوا حذركم فانفروا ثبات أو انفروا جميعا. Dear friends, Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. I recited Surah An-Nisa Ayat number 71. In this ayat, Allah tells us about our protection against the enemy, especially in the time of war or battle. So we must have all weapons, all instruments, and all types of technology that is needful in order to save our community, our country, our public completely, fully from the attacks of the enemy. So if the attack is in the form of missiles, then we must have more powerful than S-400 or more than that powerful, so that should protect our people from the attack of missile technology. And there must be some other, you can see when there is war of swords, then we must have shield in order to protect us. So this way Allah wants that we must have all precautions, all needs, which are weapons or instruments which are very important in order to bring safety of all of our human beings within the country. So this way you can understand that defense is compulsory, is Allah's command that you have to make your defense more powerful. So it is compulsory on you. So every time you must be ready in order to defeat your enemy. If the enemy is coming to attack you, you must be ready in order to fight with the enemy. So you must have those type of weapons and those type of technology and other instruments and manpower and training and everything which is needed in order to defeat your enemy when you are going into war or battle with the enemy. You should be more active, not passive, and you have to be careful from those people who are hypocrite among you, in between you. So be careful from them. So this is Allah wants from us. This way Allah said in this ayat, we read this, Ya ayyuhallazina amanu, O believers, O people with iman, khuzu, take, hizrakum, those things which are for your protection, the weapons or the technology which is needed in order to protect you. So you must take that one. So those weapons or those instruments you must have. You have to take all types of precautions, weapons and other things which are needed in order to save yourself from the attack of enemy. This way Allah said, Ya ayyuhallazina amanu khuzu hizrakum. O people with iman, take your precautions, take your weapons or the instruments or the technology or things which are needful in order to protect you. Fanfiru, then you march in subatin, in the groups. Avinfiru, or you have to advance jamia, altogether. So we read one time more this ayat. Allah said, Ya ayyuhallazina amanu khuzu hizrakum fanfiru subatin avinfiru jamia. O believers, take your precautions, weapons or technology or instruments which are helpful in order to protect you, and march in groups or advance altogether. So this is hizrakum. Hizra is those type of instruments or those type of technology or training or some type of you can say precautions in order to save yourself. And this is also used in, if you look at Surah Taghabun ayat number 14, in that one also Allah said, Inna min azwajikum wa awladakum aduwwun lakum fahazaruhum. Look, this is fahazaru. So this is also hizra, same like that. You have to save yourself. Inna min azwajikum, indeed from your wives, wa awladakum, and from your children. Aduwwun lakum, some of them are your enemy. Fahazaruhum, so be careful from them. You have to save yourself from them. So this is hijra, mean like save yourself, safety, those things, precautions, technology, instruments, weapons, or other things which are needed to protect you from your enemy. You must have that. So this way, according to this ayat, so all types of defense weapons or technology that is compulsory for you to form or to have. Very important, this one. And this is Allah's command also. So if you want to defeat the enemy, first of all, you have to get or have all types of instruments, weapons, technology, training, or precautions which are helpful in order to bring safety of you and your nation. Then you must have those type of weapons that will go with you in order to fight with the enemy. And you have to make them, and you have to you must have their factories or some type of those type of instruments or inventions or innovations. So you must have research and development. You must have some innovation, invention. Those will be more helpful to you in order to protect you from the weapons which are prevailing in this world, but more better than that. So you have to do that also. This is compulsory for you to have defense power more strong. And Allah said, and you should not be passive or lazy. You must be active. You should not be coward. So then you have to advance in order to defeat the enemy. So you can see, especially in this time, this is the time when you are calling the people in order to fight with the enemy. You will see some people, they will not be able to come to you to fight with the enemy because they want to stay in home and they don't want to come out, and they are munafiqeen. This happened at the time of Holy Prophet ﷺ also. Munafiqeen, those were identified mostly at the time of migration when Holy Prophet ﷺ migrated from Mecca to Medina, and the Munafiqeen were visible to see. And also at the time of Battle of Badr, Battle of Uhud, and other battles and at Jihad time. So those people who were Munafiqeen, who were hypocrites, those were more visible, and Allah showed them also to Holy Prophet ﷺ with their actions. How when it was called that you should come to fight with come with us, we are going to fight with the enemy. So the Munafiqeen, they were staying in their house, they were not coming to join Muslim army. And it was also tactic of the Munafiqeen when the army of the Muslim, they were coming, defeating the enemy, and they were coming with the booties, or with the things, or with so many costly things or weapons which they got from the enemy, from the battlefield. So then that time these Munafiqeen, they were coming from their houses in order to get this. So they were to say that this booties, we want to take it because we are also Muslim, and we must have the share also, this one. But when they found that the Muslim, they were defeated, and they were not successful, then they were to stay in their home, and they were to say other people that it was better that Allah has not given us chance to go there, otherwise we were to be killed there also. So this is the motto, or this is the the idea or opinion of the Munafiqeen, which is like you can see in Surah Tawbah and Surah Anfal. So Allah expressed so many times about them. So Munafiqeen, they tried their best in order to cheat Holy Prophet ﷺ, but Holy Prophet ﷺ was guided by Allah every time in order to know about the Munafiqeen. So Munafiqeen, they were visible before Holy Prophet ﷺ every time. So in this ayat and some other ayat you will learn, and in Surah Tawbah, Surah Anfal, about the Munafiqeen also we will learn about that. Especially when after the Battle of Uhud, because in Battle of Uhud, when Muslims, they were defeated at that time, so the tribes who were living near the Medina, and they were helpful to the Jews and also to the Mushrikeen of Makkah. And they said to them that we are ready to help you in order to beat the Muslims. And then Kuffar Makkah, and also the Jews from Medina, and the tribes just in between Medina and Makkah who were there, and they were also helpful to the Mushrikeen in Makkah and Jews in order to give them help to fight with the Muslims. So this was the situation at that time, and Holy Prophet ﷺ, he was facing so many problems, because the first problem, the Muslims who accepted Islam, who were new Muslim, they were having weak iman, so they were not ready by heart in order to defeat the enemy, in order to face the enemy. And the other thing, some people within the Muslims, they were trying to produce propaganda or false news, fake news, in order to bring in Muslim different type of situation that the kuffar are more powerful, you are not powerful. So this way they were just to make the Muslims, new Muslims, especially the weak Muslim or Munafiqeen, they were trying to do that way. They are trying to make the weak Muslims more frightened that the kuffar mushrikeen, they are more powerful. Astaghfirullah. So this was the situation they were doing. And also among the Muslims of Medina, some people who were munafiqin, they were producing different type of doubts in the mind of the Muslims also. And some people who were munafiqin, when they were just to sit with Holy Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam, they were saying, we are ready to go for jihad to face the enemy. But when they were going back towards their own people, and they were saying to them that we are with you, we were just with Holy Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam, we were just there, and in fact we are with you. So they are spreading a network against the Holy Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam. So they were doing this. And some other munafiqeen who were trying to produce like different sect among the Muslims. So in order to produce the frightening situation that the Muslim should not go to face the enemy, and this way when there will be less people, so automatically, so we will be in a position to defeat them easily, quickly. So this was the trend and tradition of the Jews and Mushrikeen in Mecca, who bought some people from the people of Medina who were weak iman, and they were with them, and they became munafiqeen because they were just to spy. And even from the company of Holy Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam, they were getting news, and they were providing those one or conveying those news to the kuffar and mushrikeen and Jews, so in order to get money or worldly benefit. But what was the real benefit? What was the kuffar, mushrikeen and munafiqeen? They want exactly, they want to suppress the Muslim ruling. They want that the ruling like Islam, that is in the leadership of Holy Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam, they were thinking that we have to defeat them. But with the Allah was helping to Muslims and to Holy Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam every time. Wa makaru wa makarallah wallahu khairul makirin. They were planning, but Allah's plan was more beautiful, and Allah's plan was just in favor of Muslims, and Holy Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam was properly guided about that. And mashallah, Muslim, they became powerful everywhere. Now the question is that what is jihad according to Sharia? Jihad according to Sharia is that one, so in which you are fighting with the enemy just for Islam. But if you are fighting with the enemy just for worldly benefits, that is not jihad. If you are fighting with the enemy just to revenge your own from the enemy, that is not jihad. But actually, if you are fighting with the enemy just for Islam, just for Allah, just for Holy Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam, that is jihad. This way, Allah wants that when you are just to fight with the enemy, you have to plan your war, battle with sound defense. So you must have a defense system, sound defense system. And you know that actually the main thing is that Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam also said that paradise is lying under the shadow of swords. So this way, so you have to understand that jihad, it has fighting with the enemy, it has a special type of mashallah blessings from Allah. If you will die, you will get paradise. If you are alive, you will get paradise also. You will get the Allah's blessings also. So mashallah. So this is every time when the person is going in order to fight with the enemy, the person is getting reward every time. What is the situation this time? This time, Muslims throughout the world, they are in majority. They have all resources. They have so much resources that if they can utilize those resources in order to produce different type of research centers, and mashallah, they can produce so many inventions, and also they can defeat easily to the enemies. But they are not doing anything. They are depending on Western and American and other people. So they are like dependent on them, and they want the technology, but they are not to get. When they want, they pay so much money, so much resources in order to get the technology. But the technology which is transferring to them, that is old tradition, which is becoming old from them, they are giving that one. But the modern technology, they are not to give them also. So this is the situation. But they must understand that they have to more they have more power in and also more research and development in the field of nuclear technology, laser technology, missile technology, space technology, photon technology, neon technology. So many technologies are available in which they can do more research and get more mashallah outcome of that in the form of innovation and inventions, and then they can defeat the enemy in a nice way within no time possible. So this way Allah wants that Muslims, ya ayyuhallazina amanu khuzu hizrakum. So you have to look after. Khuzu hizrakum mean you must be self-sufficient in your defense system. So khuzu hizrakum mean like this. So oh, people with iman, khuzu hizrakum, it means you must be self-sufficient in your defense system. Fanfiru subatin, then you have to move forward to the enemy, to face them in the form of small groups, avinfiru jamia, or advance altogether. Then you will be successful. So we have to try our best to understand it, and we have to look after our iman also, and our love and our affiliation with Allah and Holy Prophet Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam. And we must have the emotional emotional our love and affection with jihad, with the defense system, with the fighting with the enemy. We must have power, and we must have a system that will help us in order to produce a beautiful sound system of defense in the country. And then we must have so much powerful weapons in order to defeat the enemy, so that we should have our this life better and also the life hereafter better. Allah gave us tawfiq. Ameen.